Hello everyone. I just wanted to do a little video on the Gauss Rifle that is very inspired from the Stalker games, mainly Stalker 2, and the whole front of the gun is from Stalker 2, and then kind of more the back of the gun is more inspired from the old games, like, Stalker, Call of Chernobyl, and all that, but it is way too big of a gun, like to cover everything in just a short form video. And so I just wanted to do kind of a longer form video about it and maybe give some updates on the channel and just kind of like whole streaming schedule and what that is going to entail. But as you guys know, I don't really post long form videos that much. I'm more of a shorts creator, and this thing is just way too big. As you can see, I'm having to zoom out, like pull my camera back as much as possible to get a full shot of this thing just because of how damn big it is. But yeah, I just thought we'd go over some stuff. So it's like number one, we got the magazine, pretty basic, but then there's the ACOG scope. It's not really an actual ACOG scope, but it's what I based it off. I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to use it for a lot of my future guns. Just don't look at the front. It's the only thing, but you can see through it and adjust all the knobs and shit. But yeah, so the main thing of this gun and why this took so long to build, this took at least a good 16 hours of my life to build and 2 trips to the Lego store, if that tells you anything. Yeah, the arms. It's kind of hard to really show you guys how it works just because of how big it is again, but I'll do that again. Hopefully you guys can see it. So, I don't know how easy this is going to be to explain, but basically, you can kind of see in here, there's a whole bunch of these little, it's basically arms inside of the gun that when these are all pushed up. So basically there's a giant platform on the inside that connects these all together along with these axle pieces so you can actually lift it up. Originally, what I was going to do is whenever you pulled the trigger, all these were going to go up, which would have been really cool, but there's just too much tension in the entire thing. Maybe if I redesigned it a little bit, used some gear pieces, it might work, but it was still way too hard to try and get it to work like that. But here, I'll show you on the other side some remnants of it. So you can kind of see in there, not really though. Basically, this thing there is another rod that connects right at that pivot point, and whenever you'd pull this down, it would make it so that pivot point would go up. I would love to show you the inside of it, but I'd have to destroy the entire thing, and I don't really want to do that yet. But I try to put a shit ton of little details and stuff, like the little computer and all that, but these arms were so complicated and there's so much tension, I couldn't get these back ones to go up. I'll show you guys here. So yeah, when you extend them all, you see that the back ones don't go up because whenever I would push these up, there's just so much tension that the back part actually broke. But in return, that made it so there was a lot less tension, and so I could use these little things on the side, the little axles, to actually lift it up. yeah, the arms were just so complicated. I hope I was able to explain that, decently well. Maybe I'll draw something out and post it on the community tab if you guys want, just kind of a little like blueprint of how it works. But yeah, it is really hard to explain my whole thought process behind it. But all right, the main part of this that required me to go to the Lego store 2 times was actually these little like circle pieces that you can see. I had to get a crap ton of. I needed to get a lot of these pieces and a lot of these 2x6. That's not 2x6. Yeah, these 2x6 pieces with all the holes inside of them. And so that's why this thing took like 3 weeks to build. But now I'll go over just kind of all the little details you can see. Like these are like the little coils that on a real Gauss gun would charge it up, and so it can, the actual little projectile can fly out of the barrel. Yeah, all the little coils and shit. Unfortunately, with these axle pieces being right here, I couldn't make these coils as long as these ones, so it does look a little goofy. So yeah, then you can see here, like the little computer that I already showed off. The barrel. This is like, I don't know, I'm very indifferent about this whole front part of this gun because I don't really like how this, I don't really love how this all ended up turning out. So it looks very blocky and just doesn't really look super great, but I don't know, I debated a lot about either having this little front piece on the barrel. Nope, just broke. It's got a very weak contact point. Yeah, I debated a lot about either having this front piece on or off like this. I think it looks better with it on, but stock is very basic. This is where I kind of ran out of pieces, and I did not want to go to the Lego store again, so it's very basic. It's kind of like the G36 stock a little bit, but so yeah, flipping it over to the other side. So yeah, this is something I was able to show off in the video a little bit at the start, but it's just a little off and on switch. I just thought it was kind of fun, but the only thing is it blocks the bolt back, and so you kind of have to be careful whenever you pull it back, because it will kind of snag your fingers. But let's see, another very unintentional detail is if this will work right. It doesn't work super well, but whenever I do pull the trigger with it back, I kind of have to hold it in place, but it will shoot forward, which is pretty cool. So yeah, this is what the whole gun looks like without the ACOG scope on. So yeah, it's a really grainy shot because my phone isn't super awesome, but that's what it kind of looks like down the iron sights. I don't know, I really debated a lot about what kind of iron sights I should put on the gun. Originally, I was going to have the scope be mounted right here because of the Picatinny rail. Here's what that looks like. I don't know. I don't really think it looks super great, though. And so I opted for it being more back here. So yeah, like this. I just think it looks a lot better back here. But you guys will have to let me know in the comments what you guys like. But yeah, I will show you guys more of a first-person view of it now. But yeah, here's what it kind of more looks like from a first-person view. Again, this is going to be really hard to show off. But like, here's the arms from a more first-person view. It's kind of janky, but what Lego gun isn't? So yeah, it's the magazine. This thing is so heavy, so I'm sorry, I'm not going to really be able to get too great of shots, but like, try and show you guys what it looks like down the scope. There you kind of go. But yeah, that is the Gauss gun. That is very inspired by Stalker 2. So yeah, I'm going to do more of, I mean, there's not going to be any questions that you guys have asked, but I guess more of a Q&A style of things. So, alright, so for some reason, my phone won't let me turn around my camera. So hopefully this is a better angle, but there's just some questions that I'm sure you guys have. And so I just kind of wanted to answer them, before I ended off this video. The Fallout 4 streams. So I'm not going to make really any promises or guarantees that they're 100% back, because the way that I'm recording them is through basically on the Xbox app. You can basically almost have your phone act as a monitor, if that makes sense. But basically your phone will Bluetooth connect to your Xbox, and so then it's literally like your phone just becomes a monitor. But that also means, because there isn't like a wired connection, it's really unstable and kind of janky. For me, during the Fallout 4 stream, I had audio in my headset, but there was no game audio on the stream. And so I don't really know how I'm going to be able to solve that issue. And so if I can't solve it, I don't know if streams are really going to be back. And I just think it sucks, because that's something I did say that would be back. I said Fallout 4 is back, but I don't know. It might just be a really hard thing to try and do. I mean, the stream footage was pretty great. There wasn't any like connection issues with streaming it to my phone through the Xbox, but there was no game audio, which I've kind of thought maybe if I just because my TV didn't, I had it turned all the way down because I had audio through my headphones. And so I'm maybe thinking if I just like turn up my TV and you guys hear it through this mic, it will work, but I don't think the game audio will really be that great. But that is more of a solution if nothing else does work. Chat doesn't really love to let me know when I don't have any game audio. Chat, I don't really have anybody I can really ask to just like make sure that there's make sure that there's actually audio in the stream. And so it might take me like 30 minutes to actually set up the streams before I start streaming, which will suck, but that just might be the way it has to be. But in those streams, I will put like, timestamps and all that in the comment section, but sorry if there's any background noise. But so for the future of my Lego guns, I really want to try and stay consistent for as long as I can. I don't know, there was a while there that I just didn't really have that much passion for making Lego guns. I didn't have any really ideas on what Lego guns I could build. But now I do. I've got, there's a few Lego guns I have in mind. There's one Lego gun that I kind of want to remake. I don't think it'll be the exact same. It's my own design that I made up. It's called the BB Bushmaster. I uploaded it maybe in like August or September, somewhere between there. And so if you go back, you can check that out. But yeah, I'm thinking I might remake that. I don't think it'll be the exact same, though. It'll probably have the same name, and it'll be like, I'll say it was a remake so you guys will know what Lego gun will be the remake, but that was a long explanation. But thinking I might change it up a little bit, like on that, I kind of had the more like H&K, like MP5 style of charging bolt, where it's at the very front of the gun, like on the kind of like where the barrel is. But I don't think it will be like that. I think it will be kind of more of like an AR or like AK-47 style, like where it'll be on the back of the gun. But then after that, I'm thinking about maybe remaking the G36C and adding like the little scope that it has on some of the real life models, because my old one didn't have that scope, and I just think it'd be cool to remake that. But then I'm thinking about doing the VSS Venturas, which is basically just the sniper version of the ASL. Then maybe like the STG 44. Yeah, that's kind of the gun roster I've had, like I have in my head. I don't know if I'll make all those, so I'm not going to make any guarantees, but those are just my ideas that I have for some future Lego guns. Past that, I don't really know. I used to do like polls and stuff. I did a poll asking you guys, like, out of those 4 Lego guns that I should build. I don't know. When I did those polls, I just felt like the Lego guns weren't as good because I was forced to do one Lego gun. I didn't have, like, multiple options, because I changed my mind a lot about what Lego gun I'm going to actually build. And I don't know. I just find it when I'm forced to do one Lego gun, like, that I don't really want to build sometimes. The guns just don't really turn out as well. Like, some examples in my head, then this was a very long time ago. Like, this was like a year ago at this point. Almost 2 years at this point, which is absolutely insane. But like this Scar H, the AK-47, my original AK-47, I don't know. The Scar H was okay, but like there wasn't any like place, like charging port, I think it's what's called, but it's basically on the back of the gun where all the bullets fly out. And there's just stuff like that. The AK-47, it was okay. I don't know. I felt like it was more of a beginner model, I guess you could say. But I am thinking about remaking some of those guns, like the AK-47. I definitely want to see if I can do a better version of that. Like, probably won't be for a while though, because I just made the AK-12 that I posted on my channel. But that is another one that I do want to remake. So as you guys might have seen, I said that I might be quitting YouTube and moving to TikTok. I don't know. I've been very back and forth with that. I'll definitely be posting like all my Lego guns to TikTok now, and I'll definitely be remaking some old Lego guns so I can post those to TikTok. So yeah, I probably won't post those on the YouTube page, but I definitely will be posting them to YouTube. I definitely will be posting them to TikTok. Unless you guys want me to post any remakes that I've made of my Lego guns, but I'm not going to fully switch over to TikTok. It's just, I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of stuff with my YouTube channel. I think not posting for a little bit really hurt my channel in a lot of ways, which is just more my fault than anything else. And I'm not trying to be like, oh, it's your guys' fault or anything like that. But I don't know. I've just noticed a really big decline in views. And again, that's more my fault than anything else for not posting. But I don't know. It just doesn't really feel like super worth it sometimes. Like, when my Lego gun videos get 2 views, it's just kind of like, come on, YouTube, can you just, like, I'm not expecting it, get 1,000,000 views on every single one of my Lego guns, but it's just like, I don't know. It gets to the point where it doesn't really feel super worth it to be posting, because it's just like, I spend around, like 6 to 8 hours on pretty much every single Lego gun that you've seen on my channel. Not everyone, the smaller ones, definitely do take less time. But I don't know, like that Gauss gun that I just posted and saw and showed you guys, that took at least like 16 to 18 hours of my life. And that's not even including like the 2 trips to the Lego store. And so the Gauss gun did all right. I just posted it yesterday, and so it's definitely going to get, more views over time, but currently it's sitting at about like 35 views, which, that's still like, not bad for kind of the position I'm in right now with my channel, I guess you could say. But I don't know. It's just, that's a lot of time to not really get that much. And I don't know. I'm really not trying to sound like ungrateful or anything. I'm very grateful for, everything that you guys have done, like just subscribing and all that. Like, it's really cool to see how I've been able to build, this following over the last 2 years. And I'm not going to stop any time soon, but I don't know. It gets kind of challenging to post sometimes. And like my mental health, it hasn't been super great over the last little bit, but I'm not trying to make excuses or anything, but I don't know. It gets really hard to post sometimes, but yeah, for the next little bit, I really want to try and kick it up again and really try to post a lot more. But yeah, that's basically it for everything that I wanted to say. Hopefully the streams will work. If they can work, we are going to be playing a lot of games on the channel, like probably do some Stalker gameplay, definitely some Call of Duty. Minecraft is kind of up in the air right now. I don't know. I don't really love to play survival Minecraft that much. I just think it gets really boring. Um, but yeah, that's basically it. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day or night or whenever you're watching this. And yeah, peace.